Today we're going to assess the effects that chocolate may have on attitude over time. A group of participants completed the Acme Attitude Survey, which renders a 0 to 100 score. 0 is very bad attitude, 100 is a very good attitude, before and after eating a large chocolate bar. So using the data set, chocolate and attitude over time, what we're going to do is set up the research question, and that is using the Acme Attitude Survey score, is there a significant effect on attitude over time after eating a large chocolate bar? The null hypothesis, using the Acme Attitude Survey score, there is no significant difference in attitude over time after eating a large chocolate bar. So the alternative hypothesis is that there is a significant difference on attitude over time after eating a large chocolate bar. So we're going to assume the assumptions per the instructions for performing the test are already met: normality and independence, ANOVA, REM ANOVA analysis in SPS. So I'll go to, also what I did was I changed slightly my variable name so that I would understand the time periods around the eating of the chocolate. So that was pre-eating, 5 minutes after they have eaten, 1 hour after they've eaten, and then 4 hours after the participants have eaten a large chocolate bar. So with that, I will hit analyze. With that, I will hit analyze. Here we go. General linear model, repeated measures, and I will change my factor name to scores. And I will have 4 levels. We already talked about it. Then I will define those 4. And because I practiced this, here they are. Attitude in the right order. Attitude pre, 5 minutes. After, 1 hour, 4 hours. Then I will go and click my EM means, scores, display the means for scores, and continue. Then I will hit options, the descriptive, estimates, significance level, continue, press OK. So here we have a lot of our measures with the scores numbered. Then we have our descriptive statistics, where we have the mean and the standard deviation and the number of people that participated in each occurrence. And then what we'll do is go down and look at the results, where we're going to focus on the Machli's test of sphericity. And here it is in that table to determine whether the sphericity assumption is met or violated. And the p-value here, we can see, is 0.683, which is greater than the alpha that we set at 0.05. So that means sphericity is met, and we can use the sphericity assumed row in the ANOVA table. So we go down here to our test of within subjects effect, looking at this line, the specificity assumed, and we can see that there is a F value of 5.681 at a p-value of 0.002 and a degrees of freedom at 3. So here it all is in this line. So 0.002 is smaller than 0.05. So there is a statistically significant difference in the within subject effects. So we must examine pairwise comparison to identify exactly where that difference is. So we'll keep going down on here until we get to the pairwise comparison to identify where the difference occurred. So we can go down and look at all the significant rows, which they're marked really by the asterisk. You can see them here, 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 and here. And so attitude with the pre, which that was my 1, and attitude 5M, which was my 2, there is a significant difference. So you can see in this column, it is less than 0.001. Once again, another asterisk column of the p-value here. And then we can see another one here, 0.005. And here is another one. Here, 0.010. And we can see another one here, 0.005. And so there is a significant difference, and the other significant differences are really basically between attitude 5 minutes and attitude 1 hour, because that, I pointed that out in attitude 5M and attitude 4M. So basically, along here is score 2, right? So score 2 shows significant differences between 2 and 1. You can see it here. It's even asterisk. 2 and, where's the other asterisk? Go away. 2 and 3, you can see it here, and 2 and 4, you can see it here. All these p-values are less than 0.05. Now, the pairs that do not differ are ones that don't have an asterisk, basically. And you can see here 1 and 3, 1 and 4, and where's that other one? I already talked about 1 and 3, 3 and 4, and you have one down here, 4 and 3. So basically, the next thing I need to look at is the effects table. So we know there is a difference. We know where it is. So now let's see how large it is. And so we go here and we see that in the effects table, here we go, test of within subject effects, we have here we go, 0.205, and that is large. So this is a large effect in the difference. So to state this in conclusion, basically, is that a repeated measure ANOVA was conducted to assess the effect that chocolate may have on attitude over time using 4 time periods. Machli's test indicated that the assumption of sphericity was met, p equals 0.683. There was a significant difference in attitude score, F value equal 5.681 with a degree of freedom equals 3 and a p-value equal 0.002 and effects equal 0.205. Bonferroni adjusted pairwise comparison revealed that pairwise comparison indicated that attitudes 5M scores, and that was really on this one, the second score, were significantly higher than the attitude pre, which was score 1, and 1 hour, which was score 3, and 4 hours, which was score 4. So all the p-values, attitude pre, 1, and 4 all had p-values that were less than 0.05. So no significant difference were found among the attitudes for 1, 2, and 4. So this pattern suggests that attitude 2, which is 5 minutes after they ate the chocolate, produced the highest attitude scores relative to the other 3 conditions. So basically, so the question is regarding whether the observed change in attitude represents a practically meaningful effect across the 4 time periods. So my perspective is that I don't think it is clinically or substantially important, even though that it showed a significant statistical difference. And even though the effect size is large, because the effect of eating chocolate in the real world is so fleeting. 5 minutes after you eat a large bar of chocolate, there is some attitude change. But chocolate seems to have an effect, but it's so fleeting. So, and it doesn't appear to be sustainable over the 4 hours. So I would say in the real world, it has no impact. Thank you.